Let's do a evening makeup look, all inspired by Carrie Bradshaw, season 1. She wears this phenomenal, easygoing, sexy kind of makeup look in this episode.
How pathetic do I feel asking you if a guy kinda likes me?
We have to get into the vibes of Carrie Bradshaw, so I'm gonna switch into the actual dress she's wearing in the episode. This is a vintage Donna Karan. She wears Donna Karan quite a lot. This is how I found it, Googling one strap black Donna Karan dress. I am going to go in with a stick foundation. This kind of formula is great because it looks very skin-like. We are in the 90s with our makeup. No super glowy finish, only where I see redness, and then I'm gonna blend it out. You want to really pat on and push in your complexion product. Blend it with tender touches. Use a very soft concealing powder, and I'm gonna push it in with a smaller brush to even out my redness. Underneath my eyes, I'm going to use blender cover, but I'm also not going to overdo it, only where I want discoloration to be evened out. Brows. I'm going to use the product that was used on Sarah Jessica Parker. This is the Shuamura Hard 9. This one is 10 years old. I wanted to shoot a video like that 10 years ago when I was 25. I'm now 35. Am I 2 years older than Carrie Bradshaw in season 1. I'm only going to fill in the gaps in my brows. I hope I'm not going to break out in my brows because of this. Right, the absolute fun part. Let's go in with the eyes. It's going to be so easy. I'm gonna use 2 pencils, brown one and a black one, and a little bit of sparkle. I'm gonna start with the brown. I'm going to rub a detailing brush all along, and then I'm going to smoke it along my lash line. I used a sparkling black. Where's my mirror? I think it was a pencil by MAC, but it was a black with some glitter particles, so when she moved you could see a little bit of sparkle. But I am going to have the black blend into the brown because it just sits so much nicer in my skin. We have that brown on with no particular shape, it just follows my natural eye. I'm gonna take that same color, rub it on my hand, take a fluffy brush like that, and apply product on the bristles. And then I'm going to softly apply it into the crease, giving me depth and definition without having to use multiple product. Technique, but with the black. I am going to apply the black only on the very tip of the brush first, and then stamp it into my lash line, right between the lashes, tight line a little bit. Once I have that baseline down, I can start blending it in so it looks nice and effortless. Taking what is left on my brush to softly run it along my lower lash line. I am going to use the Sparkle Bomb by Mauve, and then I'm going to use a small Q-tip, just the tip of it, dot it along just a little bit. Same on the other side. I absolutely love this effect. So effortless, so easy, but still impact. Speaking of impact, we are going to use a slick of mascara. It's not too much. She doesn't wear too much mascara, so no extreme volume. There's one makeup area where Carrie and I part ways until season 3, and this is bronzer. Just fluffing it on, trying not to use too much, but my light olive skin just craves a little bit of warmth, and I think especially in the evening, a little bit of shape to the face never hurt anyone. Taking that very dense brush, really buff and pat it into the skin again for it to really look like part of my skin. That same shade on that small fluffy brush, we're running it across the crease, also a little bit on the lower lash line. I released my curls again. You know, it's a little bit frizzy up here, but when you look at Carrie season 1, she never looks too perfect. Alright, lips. The color is called He Levy by Face.com. They also used it on her in the show. The lip liner that was used, I think it's called Jessica, or was called Jessica and Barbaro, sadly discontinued. I'm going to fill in my lips with that a little bit. Where's that gorgeous off red with a hint of pink? I'm gonna stamp it in. Something that I always loved about Carrie is that she was wearing blush. And we're going to use the same color that is on my lips because I think this is something that Carrie would have done. And I loved that she wore blush in a very youthful way on the center of the apples of the cheek. These were the products that were actually used. This is by Tarte. This is the shade Flush, I think. Oh, it's so extremely scented that I can't use it. It has a little bit more pink in there. And this is so old too. And the infamous Benetint. That is also way too scented for my sensitive skin, and also sadly not cruelty free. But I kept it in my inventory, my Carrie inventory. One last lick of powder. I'm pretty matte already, which is very unusual for me and my skin type. I am quite dry. Only going to go into the center with the smallest blending brush. I hope you enjoyed this Carrie season 1 goes out to a party kind of look. It's effortless, it's easy, there's not too much technique that you need to know about. Let me know if you would try this, if you would channel your inner party Carrie, and let me know if you'd like to see more of that kind of content. And now I'm going to show you the dress. It is a little bit too big on me, but that is the risk you carry when you shop for vintage. And I am going to pair it with the Jimmy Choos that she's wearing in the intro of Sex and the City. You never see the shoes in this particular scene, but she could be wearing it with these, right?